In my own life, several weeks ago, I grew up Jewish and Orthodox, and I know many rabbis. Until a few weeks ago, I didn't know of one who publicly acknowledged being sexually abused as a child. And several weeks ago, there was an article in a newspaper in Utah where a rabbi publicly acknowledged being abused over a 10-year period by his nanny. He credited his own willingness to step forward to hearing Ali Raisman, the Olympic gymnast who testified against her abuser in court, to him doing the same. Several weeks later, the second rabbi I know stepped forward. The rabbi in Utah was invited to speak on a podcast, and his host, a rabbi in Brooklyn, became the second rabbi I know who publicly acknowledged being sexually abused. Sharing stories changes the conversation. Porn kicked my ass. But before I tell you how I met porn, let me bring you back to who I was. I grew up, one of 9 children, in a small community in Brooklyn, New York. From a very young age, I felt a lot of fear. I felt on edge. Something was going to go wrong always. The one place I didn't feel this way, in the home of my grandmother. As soon as I stepped through the threshold of her apartment, it just seemed like the noise stopped. I wasn't worried about something else happening. I was just present. And I looked forward to those times we went to her home. Unfortunately, over the years, she grew ill, and our visits to her home became less and less frequent, as did my feeling of safety. The very next time I remember feeling safe again was when an older boy in the community, 5 or 6 years older than I was, took a lot of interest in me.